So Corey, it's cool. I want to follow up with you first on this one for one of our final topics here with Mark Grote while we still have him. Um, in your opinion, then, I think Bears fans want to know. I mean, if you say offensive and defensive lineman, I think that's great for the franchise, right? But also on the very superficial level for Bears fans, that might seem a little bit like kind of a boring draft, right? Where they actually have to go in and learn a little bit about these guys. So, in your opinion, though, do they take an offensive weapon in this draft? And if they do, is it running back, wide receiver, or tight end first, in your opinion? Which one do you think they're still trying to target?
I honestly think all the weapons that they have right now, I think they're set for this year, in my opinion. I wouldn't touch it. I feel good about the wide receiver room. I feel good about Cole Kmet, especially how he came alive last year and especially how he'll continue to develop in the red zone. I feel good about the running back room. I feel really good about that. For me, it's about solidifying that offensive line because, like I said earlier, you have to figure out everything you need from Justin Fields. I feel like they've surrounded him with the talent he needs. Now it's about getting that other tackle. So that way you have two good tackles you feel about. You have two good guards in Davis and Jenkins. Patrick can play the center position. And I feel really good about that offensive line and the weapons there. And I think it'll do a world of wonders with Justin Fields if they can get that last tackle there.
Mark, what do you think? Any offensive weapons off the board in this draft? And if so, from what position group will it be?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're okay at tight end with the signing of Robert Tonyan to go along with Cole Kmet, who feels like he's still progressing, and I think he still needs to progress. I'm not as optimistic or as comfortable, I should say, as Corey with the wide receiver group. And I know that sounds ridiculous because they just got DJ Moore, but Mooney missed a bunch of games last year. We still don't know. About the wide receiver they got. Why am I having a mental block here right now?
Claypool?
Les Claypool. Les Claypool was a big player.
Chase Claypool. Yeah.
Just slap in the base.
Yeah, man. My name is Mud. It's something.
Jerry was a race car driver, Mark. Jerry
was a race car driver. Beautiful. But yeah, I don't think that it's complete yet. I think that you got two guys for sure. I mean, I do trust DJ Moore. I do trust Darnell Mooney. I don't know about the rest of, the Equanimeous St. Brown is a nice piece. But beyond that, it's still going to be a very productive group. But I wouldn't have a huge problem at wide receiver if they took a wide receiver in this draft on the offense. I mean, I agree with Corey that offensive and defensive lines are the most important part of this draft with a bullet. But if they end up with Jackson Smith and Jigba or Quentin Richardson or Jordan Addison or something like that, I'm not gonna file a complaint.
Yeah. The only reason I feel good about the wide receiver room right now, right? Because I think about back when Allen Robinson was a member of the Bears, Darnell Mooney really had his breaking out season right there, right? Yeah. When Allen Robinson had all the attention on him. Now that's DJ Moore, right? So now we got Darnell Mooney and Claypool, right? Claypool was trying to be a number one when he was involved in the Bears. He's clearly not a number one, right? He's a 2 or a 3. So my thing is if Mooney and him could be that 2 and 3, I think they could really complement each other. All that attention is not going to be on him. Everybody's going to be on DJ Moore, and he's played in that role as a number one, so he knows exactly what he needs to do. So that's why I feel comfortable about that. But I could see them potentially, because after this season, Mooney and Claypool are free agents, so they could go in Jackson Smith and Jigbo because at that point you don't know what's going to happen with them. So I could see that from that standpoint. But as far as this season, I feel pretty good about them for that standpoint.